Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel for a brand new show. It is the affectionately known as In the Stars, aka Stupid Little Stars, as me and my good brother, the man of 51,000 subscribers, my co-host for AE Ramble, we will break down the star ratings of Uncle Dave Meltzer. We will do it for a group of shows. I think we're doing this like monthly. So for the month of September, we took the shows from the end of August to the beginning of September of All In, AEW's All In from Wembley Stadium, AEW All Out from Chicago, as well as WWE Payback. But without further ado, it's the man you came to see. It is Jimmy Macram. How you doing?
I don't know about that, but hello, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be here at an appropriate time this time. Like right around the time I get into the groove of things instead of when I just start waking up. I'm not sure when he's going to sleep, but I've got at least another 6 or 7 hours to go.
I can do a whole other shift right now. He's like 10, 11 p.m. at night. He's like, that's around the time I get into the groove of things. Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for the kids having to be away, he wouldn't get these opportunities. But yeah.
Right. Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations. No.
Yes.
No. What are you talking?
You missed them?
Yes,
Oh
I do.
God.
Always. But
you know, sometimes when they rescue people who've been kept in dungeons, they talk about how they miss their captors. It's like it's like trauma bonding. I forget what it's called, but it's like it's a survival mechanism. You become attached to the person for your own survival, even though
I forgot who I'm messing with here, and I should really switch over until the True Hill, the AE Ramble banner to give you disclaimers, because even though we're pre-recorded, Jesus Christ. Anywho, thank you for joining us. If you're watching us on the premiere, if you're watching us on demand, then we appreciate you for watching the premiere, the pilot of In the Stars. Let us know what you think about this new show in the comments, in the live chat if you're watching the premiere, and of course, do the simplest way possible to show your love. Drop the thumbs up on this video, and of course, share with your friends and subscribe if you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. But Jimmy Macram, give us kind of your overall thoughts on Dave Meltzer's star ratings in 2023.
Holy shit, I'm being set up for whatever. But you know what? I'll be nice. I'm sure quite a few of you like Uncle Dave. And he has his own style, clearly. He has his own preferences. And he is simply giving one man's opinion. That is what I hear from everybody who likes him, at least. He's only giving one man's opinion. I would say he is profiting and monetizing one man's opinion, which has been distinctly skewed in one way, which leads to biases in other aspects of his business, such as reports or CM Punk, which deserves its own category.
You couldn't wait to put in the CM Punk part.
We know, come on now. Even Stevie Wonder could see there's a little bit of bias going on there, just a tad. That aside, listen, his opinion, while I find it usually heinous, he is entitled to it. Heinous. If Kurt Angle doesn't have a 5-star match, your opinion is heinous.
That's fair. I mean,
unless you just don't give them out.
I did retroactive star ratings for matches earlier this year when I was before I started my thing, and I had Angle and Michaels, Angle and Michaels WrestleMania 21, Angle and Benoit Royal Rumble 2003, and there was one more from Angle. I think it might have no
Iron Man match.
I think I had that at 4 3/4. I think the other one I had was the first Joe and Angle.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. For future reference, I'm not sure how you were going to disclaimer this at the beginning, But like to me, an A+ match, I'm doing 4.5 or better is A+.
Okay.
That's tippy top. Like 4 stars, that's an A.
Yeah.
4.25 is an A. 4.5 and up, A+.
Yeah, I kind of do. I do anything I give like an A+ to is like 4.75 or higher.
Ooh. Okay.
That's how I kind of do. I feel like an A is like the A peak is 4.5.
Okay.
That's
Solid.
how I kind of view mine. But I have Uncle Dave's ratings for the first show. We're gonna do just the top rated matches, or the top rated matches as per cage match. I also have cage matches ratings on these matches from All In, All Out, and Payback. And of course, if you're watching us, you can join in the star ratings, and you can give your own star rating for any of these matches in the live chat or in the comments as well. And I like to kind of give everybody a kind of a criteria to go by as well
Ooh.
with all of this. So I created this criteria back when I was on Inside the Ropes on with the show Monday Night Live with Alex McCarthy, and I was like trying to figure out how I can like explain to people how I come up with the star rating. So I came up
Yes,
with
please.
like the categories that I kind of view it on. So I have basically atmosphere, which is basically the crowd, or like the what they kind of always say, the big fight feel. Kind of you can get that you can get that's atmosphere. Or I put crowd to make it just simple as possible. Crowd.
Okay.
In ring work is one of its own category, because you know the in ring work, the actual action, the part of the matchup. Storytelling is basically the story of the matchup. I have finish, the finishing sequence, the
Mm.
closing stretch. I have that as its own category, and I'm trying to remember. Build is the last one, and build can be
Oh.
pretty much anything. It doesn't have to be, oh, this match had a 3-month build into it. Build can be the history between the two guys. You can have a matchup in a tournament that can get 5 stars because of the history the two guys have together, and they just met in the tournament, and it was 5 stars across the board. So I basically grade the match on those five categories, and if I give 5 stars for each category, that's a perfect matchup.
Wow. Well, how many 5-star matches do you have in general before I give my
In
stab
general,
at criteria?
Jesus,
Just in general.
in
Just you have
general,
to give a random number off the top of your head. 10, 15?
you have to realize how much wrestling I've watched, sir.
A lot.
A very much a lot. I would say it's in 60, 70
But this is all time.
all time.
So, okay, fair enough. That's still a lot, but you know what? We'll let it slide. Um,
I've watched
I was
Japanese wrestling. I've watched Mexican wrestling. I've watched a lot of professional wrestling. There you can see that many 5-star matches.
you. I think I just had a stroke. What was I going to say? Okay, I don't hate your criteria. I don't know about build, because one of my criteria is I show a random person this fucking match, and if they love it, that should help it qualify. Where you can watch it on mute or anything. That's the tippiest, toppiest.
So,
If you watch Austin Brett from 13, you don't need to know shit about shit to know that that's a fucking fantastic match.
so
The story is in there.
you would add watchability.
Watch it. That's a good one. Watchability. That's a really good one, actually. I'm swapping build for watchability. And I will say
No,
this.
I would just put all of it in one category.
I
So
don't have
then
build at all.
my 6 stars make sense. So I'll add that to
No, there's no 6. There's no 6 on the scale.
if all 6 categories get 6 stars, gets
I
5
will say
stars,
this about star ratings. I don't want people getting upset at me, because people very much love their wrestlers. Without getting to, is fruity homophobic
yes,
as a word?
yes.
Okay. Without getting overly sentimental about wrestling, because as much as I dog on it, I do enjoy it. That's what she said. Wrestling is an art, and it's an art piece. So that's essentially what a match is. However, just because the two wrestlers in the ring are not the only people contributing to this art piece. There's two wrestlers, there's the owner, there's the booker, there's the producers, there's the referee, there's the crowd. So if there's any criticism from me, it's not just at the two wrestlers. Ever, never. A whole bunch of fucking people involved have all contributed to this one thing. So that's all.
That makes sense. But I don't understand how you can have build in your criteria. You're telling me the build to a matchup doesn't help the enjoyability of the entertainment of the matchup, or your
Give me an
investment in
example.
it.
Investment again. Go ahead.
Austin Rock WrestleMania 17. You
removed-
mentioned Brett and Austin WrestleMania 13. If they didn't feud for like 6 months before that, is that moment built to where you have that which I call that the all-time greatest finish of all time.
It certainly is.
Saved wrestling. It literally created an era, in my opinion. I feel the Attitude Era, it starts at that moment. People could say Austin 316 or Montreal Screwjob. No, it starts with the double turn. It starts with the double turn of Brett and Austin. But you need the build of Brett being this all-time face, white meat baby face, and Austin being this cocky upstart who calls him out. They have that first match. That's a classic that they go hold for hold, and we see that Austin can stand toe-to-toe with the best in the world, and then they go back and forth. Austin costing him the title, Brett, the whole Royal Rumble whole thing, the Final Four, and Austin screwing Brett out the title after the Final Four before WrestleMania, and then that WrestleMania, and then Brett's promo on Vince there, that was kind of like the red herring that the double turn. That's all a part of the build. That's all a part of the match.
It is not. It is all a part of the build, and it's a beautiful build. But to me, its brilliance, while it contributes to my enjoyment of the match, and it contributes to everybody who's seen the enjoyment of the match, it does not change my rating of the match at all. I remove myself from it. I'll give you a good example. All you people said Endgame, right? People love Endgame. It's a fun movie. But it's a fun movie that only works if you've seen everything up to it. Yeah. If you haven't seen all that, it's less of a movie. It just is. That's the rating I'm giving Endgame. Though without seeing the rest of that shit, you just watch that movie and you go, that's good. It's good, I guess. I don't really know much about the Purple Guy, but it's good. Meanwhile, if you watch, but check this out. If you watch Infinity War without seeing anything, you might not understand anything, but it's a brilliant fucking movie regardless.
It is. That is true.
That's where I'm at.
That is true. Okay. That's fair, but I still think build is a part of
not magic criteria.
Should be a part of anyone's criteria.
It's wrong, but I'm not magic criteria.
No. You're the one that's wrong here, but we will digress because I'm sure you will be wrong about a lot more. AEW All In. We are starting with Jimmy Macram. AEW All In, of course, opened with CM Punk defending the Real World Championship against Samoa Joe.
Knowing about the Jungle thing, seeing Punk's face when he comes out means so much more now. He looks so annoyed. He's ready to punch the next motherfucker he sees. It's fantastic.
Watching it back, it's so much different context. Match goes 13 minutes, 58 seconds, so basically 14 minutes. Cage Match has it rated at 7.71, so 7.7 out of 668 votes. And Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter rated the match 3.5 stars. Meanwhile, your good friend, the person with the correct star rating, I gave the match 4.25 stars. Jimmy Macram, what did you think about the matchup, and what would be your rating for it?
You said watchability was one of mine. You added that to mine. I would include in that commentary. I forgot. That's important. Unfair, but it is. I meet in the middle, and I'm going with 4 stars. I loved quite a bit of it. Joe's great. Punk is great. I'm so sad we're not going to see him anymore, at least in AEW. This worked for me. This worked on every single level for me. Usually would not have been what I would have picked to open the show. You would think they'd be a little slow for an AEW open, but I thought it was fucking great. I loved it.
I can't disagree with you. Like that was kind of I always kind of like when I initially watch something, I'll give it like a range of where I'm at. And then when I eventually kind of put my star ratings out on social media, that's when I figure out kind of where I land on it or if I'm like really kind of all over the place, I have to watch it again. So
That is a really good system. I have a similar system where I don't hold myself to the star system. And I originally gave it 3 7/8 stars. Then I forced myself to pick. Goddamn it. Is it 3.5 or 3 3/4 or is it 4? Pick 4.
oh man, that was funny. He said 3 7/8. I've never heard some shit like that.
Fine, I'll give it to you. I'll give you the 4.
So everybody can see our star ratings here on the screen for them. So you have for Punk versus Joe from All In. We have Meltzer with 3.5 stars, Jimmy with 4 stars, and myself with 4.25. I think that me
Look
and
at
you
you.
are definitely in the better range than Meltzer. When I saw this rating, I was just like, Meltzer, you didn't have to make it that obvious that CM Punk pissed you off.
He did. What did you call him at the press conference? That was awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Though, you're not gonna be very well liked by those people over there. Sorry.
You buddy. They're not gonna be
Fuck him. Fuck him. Who listens to people seriously anyway? Brian Alvarez never heard whoop that trick? He never heard that? He's never heard that. Brian Alvarez, motherfucker who's fucking young and he's the voice of the shut the fuck up. Really? Never heard whoop that trick? Are you fucking serious? I bet he criticized WWE when they do shit 5 years behind the fucking times. He hasn't seen a movie for fucking 15, 20 fucking years ago? You fucking serious? Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't hear any criticism of Vince being old ever.
fair. That is fair. We're gonna move on to the next match from AEW All In to the third match on the card for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. It was FTR defending against the Young Bucks. This match I praised a lot during our All In review. I got brought down to earth and came to a reasonable because this is one where I was like, is this a 5-star matchup? I did rewatch it and I did come back down to earth. Match went 21 minutes, 46 seconds. CageMatch.com has 670 votes for this, and its rating is 8.46. And Wrestling Observer Dave Meltzer rated the matchup 4 3/4 stars. Myself, I also rated it 4 3/4 stars. Jimmy Macram.
I'm not mad at that pick. I've got 4.5. I don't usually give them props because Matt Jackson's awful. But I must say, the Shatter Machine into the BTE trigger is one of the greatest near falls
Oh my god.
I've ever seen. I still thought it was over. I thought it was over on a rewatch. I was shocked. It's a great, great match. I don't think the best though. The best is probably one of Dynamite, I thought.
Tough. It's tough. I think that every one of them give you something a little bit different.
No, first match is the worst. Don't do that.
No, I felt like that
boot
was
off super kick. You get
was,
-2 stars for a boot off super kick. That's how that works.
That was no. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
You hit somebody with your toes.
That
you lose
was
a star.
Great. That was all bone to your head. We get. I thought that was a great love letter to tag team wrestling. I thought the second match was just an electric kind of babyface heel dynamic. This one was more of just like the big stadium kind of pomp and circumstance kind of tag team spectacle, and it was different from every other Young Bucks match where it had the nice build and it escalated in where the Young Bucks sometimes will start at 10 and stay at 10 for the entire matchup. This match started at 1 and built to 10, where we got that near fall. And then instantly after that, they go for the Meltzer driver, get caught with the Shatter Machine. Second time, 1, 2, 3.
A great match. Great job.
Fantastic.
Everybody involved, including Matt Jackson.
Fantastic. Oh my God. So you know this is a new show because he starts off the show with praise for Matt Jackson. But you have on the screen here our ratings for FTR versus the Young Bucks from All In. Dave Meltzer rated it 4.75 stars. Jimmy Macram 4.5, and myself 4.75 stars as well. We're gonna go to a match that I know I probably is gonna have polarizing opinions because I don't know how you felt about this one. I know I enjoyed the hell out of this one. It seems that Dave Meltzer from his rating enjoyed the hell out of this one. Stadium Stampede. The Stadium Stampede match of Eddie Kingston, Penta El Zero Mero, Orange Cassidy, and the Best Friends versus the Blackpool Combat Club's John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, Santana, and Ortiz. This was a spectacle. This was violence all over the arena. Sometimes it was hard to catch for the production team, which has its struggles even when the match is regular. So this match went 21 minutes, 22 seconds. CageMatch.com has 643 votes for this matchup with a 8.07 rating. And Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter rated the match 4.5 stars.
Fucking Christ.
I rated the match 4.5 stars as well. This was nuts. I loved it. What? I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry. This is the kind of nonsense that I enjoy.
I will say so far, Cage Match has been on point because if you do the star ratings for their number, it works itself out to 4 stars this match, and that's why I have it at 4 stars. It's a 4-star, really good mess of a match. It's supposed to be a mess. It's a mess. It's hard to follow, but it's fun, I suppose. It's clearly missing Dragon, and I'm doing my best not to dock it too much for the terrible choice of winner. But I'm gonna give it the 4. I'm gonna give it the 4 because that's what it deserves.
So we have the star ratings here. Stadium Stampede from AEW All In. Dave Meltzer 4.5. We have Jimmy with 4 stars and myself 4.5 stars. Now we have one that I this one might be a controversial one because I've seen people who really like this matchup from the show. Um, I I I wasn't the biggest fan of the matchup. I liked the matchup, but it seemed like Dave Meltzer liked it a little bit more than me.
Of
The
course he did.
coffin match: Darby Allin and Sting versus Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland. CageMatch.com has this match with 586 votes, 7.4 rating. The match went 15 minutes, 50 seconds. Dave Meltzer rated the matchup 4.25 stars. Yeah, I figured he would give us that reaction. I gave the match 3.75 stars.
Much better. I got 3.5. It's a fun match. It's a fun little match. You put it on, you forget about it. It's over. It's done. It's harmless. It's worthless because it was put together the last second because fucking AR Fox couldn't go overseas. Whatever. Fair enough. It is what it is. Sure. 4.25. Are you fucking serious? Are you even gonna pretend? I always used to yell at people when they used to say Dave was on the payroll of AEW. I was like, just because he loves AEW doesn't mean he's on a fucking payroll. Would you grow up? I'm reconsidering. I might have been wrong all this time. I apologize. Apologize to Cash and fucking all you WWE marks. I apologize. Maybe right. Might be on something. I apologize.
Might be onto something. So we got the star ratings here for the coffin match from AEW All In. We have Dave Meltzer 4.25 stars, Jimmy Macram 3.5 stars, and myself 3.75 stars. Next, we have another one where I think that we're gonna have some controversy.
Just the 8-man.
Will Ospreay going up against Chris Jericho from AEW All In. And this one was the one where I was just like, all right, Dave. All right. Like I was like, all right, Dave. Yeah, like it was one thing you gave the coffin match 4 1/4 stars, but this is where we're really not seeing eye to eye here. This is where, because he always says, "Oh, if we're like a star apart, that's when you should worry. But if it's within a star, that's about the same."
That's
But
wild.
Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho went 14 minutes 56 seconds. The cage match has it at 658 votes, 8.03 rating. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave it 4 3/4 stars. I gave it 4 stars.
Yeah, I'm at 4. First of all, the idea that you have to be at least a star rating apart to have an issue is out fucking outrageous. You give something fucking 5 stars and somebody gives it 4 1/4. You're a gulf apart. It just is
In my opinion, yeah. If you're like 3 3 1/4, you're nearly $1 away from being apart. So one that's like, nah, we're apart. I feel like a half a star is the most different.
Yes.
A half a star, you're not that far off, which seems to be that me and you, the distance between me and you usually is a
That's
half.
rational.
Is a half. Yeah, because we're in that same. We seem to be in that same range. Not the Dave Meltzer. Anything that has Will Ospreay gets 4 3/4 stars.
He's pushed this agenda that Will Ospreay is the best in the world, and he is. He's an all-time wrestler. Well, besides the obvious. I feel like I'm the one to repeat myself. It's like when I say Austin's the GOAT. I mean besides Ric Flair, obviously. So when I say Ospreay's the best wrestler in the world, I mean besides Dragon.
Besides Dragon. He's the best full-time wrestler in the world.
Yeah, he was great here. Jericho held his own. He held up his end, I thought. And I never need to see that match again. It was really good. Move on with life.
Never see the need to see that match again. We have the ratings on the screen for you here from AEW All In. Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho. Dave Meltzer, 4 3/4 stars. Jimmy Macram and myself, 4 stars. And then finally from All In, you have the main event, MJF versus Adam Cole, baby. Ooh. This one, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have the same controversy that we've had with the last 2 matches. I think the last 2 matches were the most controversial ratings for Uncle Dave of the show. But we have 4 MJF versus Adam Cole. The match went 27 minutes, 30 seconds. CageMatch.com has it at 709 votes, 8.64 rating. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter has it at 4.5 stars, and I have it at 4.5 stars as well.
I got 4 1/4. Well, I really enjoyed the story. It was obviously very corny, it was, but like intentionally so. So I enjoyed it. But there are a couple spots that just bothered me to no end. Fucking when Cole hits with the power driver on the outside, then gets back into the ring as the referee is counting. My guy, you can't win the belt on a countout. You should probably do something. I would usually let that slide. But then he hits the tombstone on the fucking table and he brings him into the ring like he should have did the first fucking time. I'm sorry. I just can't get past it. It bothers me. I will say you were right. The roll-up finish didn't bother me as much on the second watch. And I'm okay with it. Solid.
I felt like that. I mean, my only nitpick was that first count out tease. Like, yeah, he should have either went outside or we should have at least seen the referee like visibly trying to stop him from going outside. It's either one or the other because you can't win the title that way. And the whole story of the matchup is your desperation to win the title is making you put your friendship at risk. So that kind of took away a little bit from it and stopped it from being a 5-star matchup. But, both of us have it in the high 4s. So definitely a great main event to the show. So we have here the final match from AEW All In, MJF versus Adam Cole. Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer newsletter, rated it 4.5 stars, as well did I. And Jimmy Macram has it at 4 1/4 stars.
I feel like the bad guy, but I'm okay with it.
I mean, you were the bad guy on most of these matches, except for like Jericho and Ospreay. We seem to be seeing eye to eye.
It's just like you gotta take a deep breath, relax, clean up your room, Dave, and go outside. Then come back.
clean up your room. Take a deep breath and then say, "What should I really rate this match?"
Right. Pretend this is fucking Triple H versus CM Punk. The same match, but Edge versus Punk. Do you still feel the same way? No? Great. So give it that rating.
How about that one? That sound good? All right, we have here next WWE Payback from September 2nd, 2023. The show was, of course, on All Out Weekend, so I know there was a lot of people that did not like that in AEW world, probably. But we had WWE Payback, which was a pretty good show. You had the opener to the show, which was one of the better women's matches for WWE this year. Becky Lynch defeating Trish Stratus 20 minutes, 2 seconds inside of a steel cage. Cage match has it at 407 votes, 8.26 rating, very high for this one. And Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave it 4 stars. I myself, I gave it, I'm just going to double check real quick to make sure. Yes, I gave it 4.25 stars. I was very impressed by this. I thought the innovation was great. The little trio war spot from the top of the cage with Trish Stratus at like 47 years old. I was like, what are we doing? But that was great. The superplex spot. The only parts that bothered me was Zoe getting into the cage. I don't think you needed that into the cage, or at least have her climb into the cage, not go through the door. I hate that. Yeah. I was like, what's the point of a steel cage match if that's going to happen? I always say that. I always say it doesn't matter who it is. I always say the same. What's the point of steel cage if you're going to have someone just go through the door? So that bothered me, but that's my only nitpick. I thought this really exceeded expectations. But what did you give it, Jimmy?
I gave it 4.25 as well. I had almost the exact same thought process, everything you did, except I saw that video of Trish telling that fan to shut up. Shut the fuck up. And once my boner went down, I was able to watch the match a little more focused, and I went from 5 stars to 4.25. I'm sorry. It's one of the hottest videos I've ever seen.
He's like, when my dick came down from the air, I was able to rate the match.
Trish is shockingly good for her age. I know people have not enjoyed these feuds, this feud rather, and mostly not enjoyed these matches. But hey, we go out on a high note. All is forgiven and forgotten. 4.25, great steel cage match. We can all go home happy.
I agree with you there. He said,
shut the fuck up.
Once my boner kind
of. Watch the video right now while we do this. It's one of the hottest things I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
These people had quick clothes on. Shut the fuck up.
Crazy people with their clothes on. We got the star ratings on the screen for you here. We got from WWE Payback, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Dave Meltzer gave it 4 stars. Myself and Jimmy, 4.25 stars. Now we go to the third match on the card, the Steel City Street Fight for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. It was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defending against the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damian Priest. This match got a good amount of time, got 20 minutes, 44 seconds. New champions crowned as the Judgment Day were crowned champions. CageMatch.com has it with 412 votes with a 8.78 rating.
Jesus!
Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave it 4.25, so 4.25 stars. Myself, I'm pretty high on this one. I gave it 4.5 stars.
Oh my god. Jesus. 4 stars. Sorry to break the news to you, but it was a really good, really fun match. I'm not docking it for interference. I love interference. It makes sense. And the Judgment Day is a gang, so they should do gang things. And it worked. It worked for me. I just, once it was done, I was like, oh, that was cute. 4 stars. Sorry. Just 4. I mean, just 4. That's a fucking great match. That's fucking an A in school. Yeah, good job. But you're not getting A+. You're not valedictorian. You're not whatever the fuck the second one's called. It's just a really good match. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was match of the night, so I thought it was just a little bit better than Becky and Trish, so I gave it 4.5 stars. So I'm the high man on this.
You didn't see the video. You didn't see the video until after you rated it. You got to watch the video first. Shut the fuck up.
I'm the high man on this one from WWE Payback, the Steel City Street Fight, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day. Dave Meltzer gave it 4.25 stars. I gave it 4.5 stars, and Jimmy gave it 4 stars. Next, we go to the main event from WWE Payback. You got Seth freaking Rollins defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. These two men had their main event matchup. It went nearly 26 minutes. I did not know it was that long. It did feel
I
that
did.
long. I was like, it did feel that long though. We got on cagematch.com. They have the match with 365 votes, 7.34 rating. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, he gave it 3.5 stars. Myself, I believe, I want to say I gave it 4.75 stars. I think I was just feeling generous. I was feeling generous to this matchup. I guess they caught me on it, and it was the only matchup other than the other two matchups that we mentioned that felt like a pay-per-view quality matchup. So that's probably why I went that high. And no, I did not go that high. I went 3.5 stars as well.
Oh, okay. I went 3.75. I know Seth Rollins inherited Triple H's pedigree. He also inherited his 25-minute matches that don't need to be 25 minutes. I thought we could have shaved 5 off this relatively easy. And that's what did it for me. That and the lack of, I think you had atmosphere was the word.
Yes.
Definitely a lack of atmosphere. I was just like, silence here. I imagine because nobody actually bought Nakamura. Yeah, but nobody bought Nakamura winning the belt. So,
yeah,
sorry, that's what you get. Should have had Balor over.
But it did seem like from the entrance and stuff that this was the best chance for Nakamura to win the belt.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand why this feud is still going. So
what do you mean? Because we got a long way to go to WrestleMania. That's why.
Jesus Christ, we just gonna drag everything.
Just put the belt on Gunther and let's move on with life.
I agree. I mean, I agree. If we were doing star ratings for TV matches, Gunther would be on this list a lot because Gunther's been killing it on TV matches because they refuse to put him on pay-per-views for some freaking reason. I don't know why. I just don't get it.
We have time restraints, and Triple H, I fucking appreciate. I know I just dogged you for your long ass matches, but you keep doing them short pay-per-views. People have things to fucking do. You don't need to be here for 4 or 5 fucking hours. 3 hours and let's go home. Let's get the fuck out. I'm here for you. You cut Trish and Becky. You cut. I don't give a fuck. It's time to go. Sorry. Gotta go.
Finally, we have a matchup where Jimmy is the high man here. We have Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Jimmy Macram. 3.75 stars. Myself and Dave Meltzer, 3.5 stars for Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura from WWE Payback.
I'm not mad at 3.5. I might have went a little high. I'm okay with it.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. Next, we're gonna go to AEW All Out. 1 week apart. AEW ran shows. This one from Chicago, Illinois. I was there live, so I could tell you all about the atmosphere being there live for this show. We're gonna pick a couple of different matches from this one here. We're gonna start with. What are we starting with? We're going to start with the Meat-O-Mania. Let's start with that. Meat-O-Mania, the meat match of Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I said it on the review on this channel. That was one of the greatest atmospheres I've ever been a part of for a wrestling match. I enjoyed the hell out of that and the atmosphere. With this one, it went 15 minutes, 34 seconds. Miro getting the win. CageMatch.com has it at 486 votes, 7.76 rating. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave it 4.25 stars. Myself gave it 4.25 stars.
Jesus! Talk about getting lost in the crowd. That's all that was. You got lost in the excitement of what's going on. Like those people in church when they start putting hands on people and they start dropping right out and they fall out. It's like, oh, how do you explain this? Because they're caught up in the emotion of the moment. That's how that works. I do want to make an amendment to my Seth Rollins pick. I got to go 3.5 because I have Hobbs and Miro at 3.75.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Not even 4 stars? You need to
No,
rewatch the damn match.
I don't
You need to
think there's
rewatch
any.
the damn match.
While I don't think there's any argument to be made that this match is just as good as the Nakamura match, this match is better. I also don't think there's an argument to be made for 4.25 stars. What? Absolutely not. It was a very fun time. That's all you grown ass men. You've been the only one with a girlfriend in the crowd. Going around chanting meat. At least they have an excuse. What's your excuse? That's just a really fun match. It was
meat.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Great.
Meat.
Meat.
Oh my God. What the fuck are we doing?
I love that.
I will say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved watching that match. But come on, I can't. Come on.
Oh no, you don't have
No,
4
3
stars.
and 3/4.
Sorry.
Yes. Nope.
I tried to retroactively make you bump it up. He's gonna have to watch it 5 times to find a quarter, apparently, because that's how he works with his star ratings. But yes, you got on the screen here from AEW All Out Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Jimmy, of course, the low man, 3.75 stars. Myself and Dave Meltzer, the correct rating of 4.25 stars.
Come on, man. It's a fun match, but let's not get crazy. I know you all love yelling meat at other grown men.
Great.
But 3.75.
A great heavyweight slugfest. This is what I was looking for. Exactly the match I was looking for. Next, we got a match that should create some controversy here. Well, thanks to Uncle Dave Meltzer. You have Chris Statlander defending the AEW TBS Championship against Ruby Soho. This one went 12 minutes, 20 seconds. Chris Statlander getting the win. CageMatch.com has it at 403 votes at a 6.52 rating. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave it 2.5 stars. I gave it 3.75 stars.
Yo, what? It's almost as bad as Uncle Dave, just in the other way. What? 3 stars. It's a really solid match. It works for me. I don't know how I feel about what I was like actually seeing at times. I felt like they were telling me that Ruby and Statlander were physical equals to each other. They are not. They're distinctly not.
I don't think they were telling that. They were saying that it doesn't matter what Ruby hits on her. Chris Statlander was kicking out. She kicked out of all of her moves.
I seen them motherfuckers exchange right hands. Statlander's right hand is as big as Ruby's head. That aside, I thought it was really good. Finish is kind of a mess. I mean, but Tony Storm's character is the best, so I'm kind of okay with it. And Saraya, on the other hand, has the timing of a fucking stroke victim. I can't believe she fucked up several spots because she's over there fucking around with the crowd while some shit's going on in the ring. This is an important spot. It's a near fall. You fucking turn up a sign. What's the matter with you? Focus.
Holy shit. This man says she has a stroke victim.
No offense to stroke victims.
What are we doing, you ladies and gentlemen?
These things pop in my head. I don't mean any offense to anybody. Strokes are very serious. Sometimes. I know people who have strokes. Their families have strokes. Mini strokes, they call them. They're fine. I'm not saying people are fine after a stroke. I'm just saying, you know what? I'm gonna stop. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Except myself.
Yep. You're like old. You're like back due on disclaimers. You're lucky we're not on that brand right now. All Out. Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho. Dave Meltzer 2.5 stars. Jimmy Macram 3 stars. Myself 3.75 stars. Nice range there.
Yeah.
Next we go to the strap match. AEW All Out. Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks. 16 minutes, 39 seconds. CageMatch.com has it with 612 votes with a 9.28 rating, one of the top ratings of 2023. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave it 5 stars. SP3, 5 stars.
It's not egregious. It's not right. It's wrong, but it's not egregious. I gave it 4.75. I was shocked by how violent some of the shots were, particularly these straps to the face. Pause. shockingly violent. I loved every single minute of it. The finish was horrifying. Ricky Starks should go into acting. That was great.
Yes.
That was great. Only part that threw me off a little bit was the Steamboat part. He is slightly out of his prime, we'll say, as far as.
But he's taking bumps. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did not expect him to
Want to
take
call it
bumps
that?
at 70.
Sure, you can call it that if you'd like. Yeah, this is great. This was fucking fantastic. Did it make Ricky Starks? I hope so. He was already made man in my book, but yeah, he was made man. I don't know, 2 months ago. I had to whip his ass, and that was I'm done. Sold. But this did it in the ring. Fantastic.
Loved it as well. So we're pretty high on all of this. Eight, like I said, that 8+ range, 4 3/4 and up.
Indeed.
So we all got it in that range. But for All Out, Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks, Dave Meltzer and myself, 5 stars. Jimmy Macram, 4 3/4 stars. Next we go to the following matchup. Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta versus Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata. Match went 15 minutes, 50 seconds. CageMatch.com has it with 442 votes. 7.2 is the rating on CageMatch.com. Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter gave it 4 1/4 stars. Myself, I gave it 3 3/4 stars.
Myself, I gave it a not watch. So I'm going to guess that you're right. And he was simply adding stars because there's Japanese wrestling.
Funny enough, that I kept your rating blank, so that's great.
I said, ugh, hard pass. I have things to do today.
Hard pass. Really? It was a good match.
It's a random tag team match in the middle of a fucking bloated pay-per-view. Pass. Skip. Next. What the fuck is this here for?
You're ridiculous. You're so ridiculous.
We can cut Trish and Becky and a Gunther match. We should be cutting this match. This match shouldn't be on the card. Enough. People, well, wrestling fans don't make it.
Jimmy has stuff to do, apparently.
Yes.
Next we go to the next match on the card. Konosuke Takeshita going 1-on-1 with Kenny Omega. Love this match live. The match went 22 minutes, 21 seconds. CageMatch.com has it with 576 votes, a 9.09 rating. Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer rated it 5 stars. SP3 rated it 4 3/4 stars.
Oh my god. That's not as egregious. So, though both those matches are 5 stars according to Dave. So he thinks Starks and Dragon is just as good as this Takeshita fucking Omega match was.
Yep.
If you thought his fucking bias for Ospreay is egregious, his Omega bias is fucking heinous. That is a heinous.
This is a fantastic match.
It ain't 5 stars worth.
It ain't perfect match. It ain't a perfect match. It's a fantastic match.
It's different when I can go to you and say, do you think this match is as good as Bret Austin? Because that's a 25-year swing. That was 2 fucking matches ago. You just saw the 5-star match. You don't remember what the fuck you just saw? Come on, Dave.
He was like, same quality. Same quality.
I'm going 4 1/4. I really enjoyed this match. I thought Omega, well, his facial expressions can be a bit much. What did he take? Oh, right. Opening the match. Fucking Takeshita drops him on his fucking head. His eyes are so bugged out. It's like, sorry, I believe you're actually hurt. His
facial expressions are crazy.
So what the fuck are you even doing?
His facial expressions are crazy.
Yes. I thought it really picked up towards the middle, though. It felt appropriately violent. Like, I love that match. 4 1/4, though. Like, not really in the discussion with the one we saw 2 matches ago. What are we doing?
I think it's still an A+ range matchup. Myself, the in-ring work was phenomenal. I think if I watched it back, I haven't watched All Out I don't think any of the matches I've watched back. I think none of the matches I've watched back yet. I think if I watched this one back, I could find it being a perfect matchup. But for now, I'm
calling it right now. You go down. I put money on it. You can't vote because you'll influence your own decisions. Anybody else? I put money on him going down. Yeah. 4.5.
AEW All Out. We got Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita. Dave Meltzer, you rated the matchup 5 stars. We got myself rating it 4 3/4 stars, and Jimmy Macram 4 1/4 stars. We have our final 2 matches we're gonna rate here. We have from AEW All Out the next match on the card, 8-man tag team action. Bullet Club Go, the Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, Rock Hall, Juice Robinson, and Switchblade Jay White versus FTR and the Young Bucks. The atmosphere for this was crazy with all the chants for the Young Bucks and stuff. This match went 21 minutes, 41 seconds. CageMatch.com has it at 455 votes. 7.95 is their rating. Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer rated it 4.5 stars.
Jesus
I rated it 4 1/4 stars.
4 stars. It was an 8-man tag. It was fine. It's really good. Everybody involved is really good, mostly, including maybe Matt Jackson and.
You said 4 stars. That's an A. That's an A in your book.
No,
What are you?
everybody's really good, except Matt Jackson, and you can pick one of the Guns if you prefer, one over the other. It was really good. It was fine for what it was. I love how Cash had to take the loss because he got the win, the fucking All In rather.
About fair play.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, boss. Fucking Bucks. Anyway, it was fine. It was a fun match.
Got AEW All Out, Bullet Club Gold versus FTR Bucks. Dave Meltzer gave it 4.5 stars. Jimmy Macram 4 stars. Myself 4 1/4 stars. I do like when it's like that, when it's like the full range of where you should be as far as star ratings. We're basically in that range, the 4 to 4.5. That seems fair. Seems fair.
Somewhere in there.
And then finally, we have the main event for AEW All Out. Jon Moxley challenging the AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy. Jon Moxley picking up the victory. 19 minutes, 43 seconds, so just under 20 minutes. CageMatch.com has it with 565 votes with a 9.21 rating. Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer rated the match 4.5 stars. I rated the match 4 3/4 stars.
Ooh, you went higher than Dave. That's unusual. Unless there's a woman involved, then everybody's higher than Dave.
Always see him.
Right. You went what? What'd you go?
4 3/4.
Oh, I went 4.5.
You're there. Wow, you agree with Dave. Oh my god.
Shocking and disgusting at the same time.
I think this is the first time this whole show. I gotta watch it back. You know?
You do, because you probably missed because I don't know where you were seated, but when Orange Cassidy had him on the top rope, this one Orange Cassidy was already bloodied. The camera decided to close in on the fact that he wasn't biting him, the fact that he wasn't scratching him. Thank you, stupid. Why am I seeing this? It's the whole point. It's supposed to look like he's doing something. Oh, it was gross. I thought the violence, though, was visceral for the most part. I love the way it looked. I love the finish. I love the double bird. I love it was all really well done. I was
so defiant. It felt like I was like, yeah, that's how you put him over in defeat. That's what that felt like.
And we did what we've been trying to do for 2 years now, it feels like, and we've officially made him a main eventer. So we're gonna follow up on that with him teaming up with Hook and doing nothing.
We're not rating the booking. We're rating the matches, but yeah, that was a choice. But Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy from AEW All Out. Dave Meltzer and Jimmy Macram rating the match 4.5 stars. SP3 4 3/4 stars. I said it on our review. I'll say it here. I think if Orange would have won, I probably would have won 5 because I loved. I thought it was 5-star crowd. I thought it was a 5-star finish, 5-star storytelling. The in-ring work was like at a 4.5 or so. So that's why I was like, all right. But I think if it would have took the story and everything up a level if Orange would have got that win.
I gotta get a further grasp on this fucking criteria you got. Where did you rank Hogan and Rock from Mania 18?
Hogan Rock,
Yeah.
4 stars. 5-star crowd. The finish is like 4.5. The in-ring works like a 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not mad at it.
Build was like a 3.5 to a 4, depending on how outrageous you enjoy your wrestling.
Very outrageous. Where fucking attempted murder is just.
So it was like a 4 for you with attempted murder in there. So yeah.
Fair enough.
Which made the post-match make no sense at all.
Wrestlers forgive very easy. Doesn't matter. Should we also try to murder each other? Time to team up. Gotcha. Absolutely.
I think Dave rated that match 3.25. Hogan Rock. I know that is egregious. That is egregious. I was like, come on, you can at least give it 4. I mean, 3.5 stars.
Do something.
You know, do something, Dave.
Oh well. To be fair, I didn't hate any of his ratings except Stanley and Ruby. That's egregious. Takeshi Omega's egregious.
Punk Joe.
Punk Joe is fucking egregious. You said you had House Miro at 4.25?
Yeah, with me. That's the correct rating. No, that's not egregious. That's the correct.
Watch it again. You only watch it in the crowd. You gotta watch it again.
I'm never watching that again. I would never harm that live experience by watching it again. I'm good. I saw it once. I was there live, and I will never enjoy it the same way again.
Fair enough. Giving up passes.
All right, but we've come to a close on our first edition of In the Stars, going through 3 of shows with Dave Meltzer star ratings. That wasn't too bad, was it, Jimmy?
No, that was very well done. I would say it was quick, it was breezy. As soon as you have things to do like sleep.
No, actually, no. Oh my God, it's even worse. It's even worse, Jimmy. What? Wrestling Observer, I just looked it up on Cage Match. Hogan Rock, Dave Meltzer gave the match 3 stars.
Come on.
I think that might be the biggest difference I've ever seen because CageMatch.com has it at 8.48. Dave Meltzer.
That's like 4 stars.
Exactly.
4.25. He's got it at 3 stars. Come on, man. What are we doing, Dave? Why are we just trying to be different?
That's what we
watch it like this.
He's like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. It's not Japanese professional wrestling.
I look forward to these now. I look forward to when's the next WWE pay-per-view?
Next WWE pay-per-view is Fastlane. So we could do Fastlane and Wrestle Dream for our next one.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
To I can explain to all these losers why LA Knight is amazing and your goofy star ratings don't matter. Did you see that match with The Miz? Did you see the post-match? As he managed to have a whole story talking to John Cena off camera. How great was that? Did you see that? How great was that?
I'm just gonna say, I think if you're WWE and you're looking at LA Knight, I think the thing that he's missing right now is either or both of one of these two, a mid-card title run or a great match. It's one.
So
you got to have one or the other before you get to that solidified, consistent main event spot. I think, and I said this on Believe in Pro Wrestling this week. I'll say it here. I think you can go through history. Every single top guy in WWE has had that before they were given the spot. Like Roman Reigns is the only exception in the past 25 years that they were trying to give him the spot without him doing one or the other. And then they eventually learned that he had to do one or the other before he would ever be taken that seriously. And he had to get a bunch of great matches and a bunch of mid-card titles and WWE title reigns before he eventually got the spot he really wanted. But Rock, Triple H, Austin, Brett, Michaels, Intercontinental title runs, great matches, memorable matches. They all had it before they got that top spot. Cena, same thing.
Well, mid-card title run is, one imagine, much easier to get.
Yeah.
Or simpler, we'll say. I don't know about easier. It should have happened already, but we're not going to get into that.
He should have been the one to dethrone Austin Theory.
Thank you, sir, for giving the answer that makes the most fucking sense. So annoyed. But they had plans. Who cares? I don't understand sticking to plans when they get interrupted by things that work. That's so weird. This guy got popular. Oh, well, we said we're gonna do this thing, so we gotta do this thing. So, there we go. Right, match though. Styles is available eventually, right? You can do Styles. Oh, you know what? If they do the Roman thing at the Rumble, which they seem to be hinting at, it'll be ridiculous, but it could be great. It's gonna be a whole lot of shit going on.
It's going to be a great atmosphere for that. It's going to be.
My god! I can't wait.
What I really think his trajectory is he gets built up. He's going to get plenty of wins before the Roman match. He loses to Roman at the Rumble, and then they build him up for 2 months, and he wins the U.S. title at WrestleMania.
I was about to say, it feels very. I mean, he's like 10 years older. It feels very John Cena-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him losing the title match to Brock. Right?
Backlash 2003, and then they built him up for a year before he got that U.S. title.
Yeah, so I like your idea. That makes sense. I don't know how we can get the title on Logan Paul, but that should be the match at WrestleMania. Logan Paul versus LA Knight, U.S. title on the line.
Oh my god, that would be great. That would be great. I mean, Ray's got it right now. It's not a far stretch to do Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. You could do that at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Oh, we just set them up. 6 months worth of build.
We're giving you WWE booking tips and everything. See, this is a show where we spend all our time giving booking suggestions for AEW on Ramble. In the Stars, we're going to give you WWE booking tips. Another suggestion I have for In the Stars for people who are watching, like I said before at the top, drop the like, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of this new show. If you like to see more of it, if you like to see us branch out and maybe do a match or two and hear Jimmy's rating from like another promotion, maybe one match. I'm not gonna stretch it too thin and say a show, but one match from a different promotion. You can suggest that in the chat. My suggestion is that at the end of the next show, you guys leave a comment on a classic match you want us to give our star rating for. A classic match, and we will see. Maybe we can even watch it back and give a more updated star rating to the matchup. So let us know in the chat or in the comments the match you would like, classic match that you would like us to go back in time and give you our star rating for. Jimmy, please let the people know where they can follow you on social media, what you got going on your channel, sir.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, where we talk about wrestling. You guys can suggest your stuff there, as long as it doesn't involve Matt Jackson or anything of the sort. I'm down, at least to listen to your suggestion. And at Jimmy Macram on YouTube, where we watch TV shows and movies such as Atlanta, which you and I both thoroughly enjoyed. He's a magician. I'm not supposed to know.
I love that you added the clip of that to the next review and reaction we did.
I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite clips ever. I don't know who the actor is. He's fucking brilliant. He's a magician. How's that supposed to know?
He's a magician. What else? How's that supposed to know?
Fucking brilliant. Yeah, that's what we do.
Bibby. Oh my god, I need a Bibby show. Give that man a show. The spin-off to Atlanta. The Bibby show, please. Oh my god. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. And check out all the great content we got on the channel. It's up there. I don't know when this dropping. You can check it out. Check out my interview with the best friends, where I asked them about winning the AEW World Tag Team Championships. I got a drop question in.
You asked them about why they're still in AEW, even though their time ran out like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Next time you get on it.
We're so doing this next one on the AE Ramble brand, so we can give this man disclaimers. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your true phenom SP3. This has been In the Stars, episode 1.
What?
We are signing off until next time.
Look at Rhea. Oh my god. Awful things to Rhea.